Hey everybody, it's Craig back to here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to spruce up an older 4x12 cabinet. So this one, for example, I picked up used. It was about 400 Canadian, but 325 US, and it comes with 4 Celestion Vintage 30 speakers. So not a bad deal, although the cabinet isn't in perfect shape. So I'll give you some tips throughout this video. How to clean the Tolex, how to repair the Tolex. Also too, this has a metal grill that I don't like, so I'm going to rip all the speakers out. I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll replace this with some cloth, some Marshall cloth, and then I'll put all the speakers back, and I may even put in a couple of greenbacks, so there's going to be lots of tips, so make sure you stick around and watch this entire video. Now really quickly, this is a 4x12 cabinet made by Trainer, a Canadian company. It's modeled after the same specs as a Marshall cabinet, so it's the same size and dimensions as a Marshall cabinet, and it's made of solid plywood. It weighs about 100 pounds, so it's a very solidly built cabinet. Anyway, I'm going to walk you through all the steps to making this look close to as new as possible in this video, so let's get started. All right, so here's some of the materials I'm going to use to clean the Tolex. Now, I heard of a good one called Convertible Top Cleaner. I couldn't find it in my area, so I just got this one from Mother's, and it's for vinyl, leather, and rubber. And then I have a couple of different types of sponges and brushes. So I have one here that's a little rougher on the edge. Then I also have some automotive type brushes for cleaning cars. And so these are bristled brushes. Then I also have the Magic Clean Eraser for any kind of white scuffs on the Tolex. And then I have a microfiber cloth. And I also have a couple microfiber towels. Anyway, I'm going to use these to clean up the Tolex, and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done. Before you remove the speakers, make sure you take detailed pictures of each speaker so that you know where the wires go when it's time to put things back together. So in order to replace the grill cloth, I had to remove all the speakers and the speaker baffle. And also I had to remove the side handles as well. So once you've got the wiring disconnected, it's easier if you put it on its face, and there's 4 screws for each speaker. And then what I noticed was some of the screws on the baffle were becoming unscrewed on their own. They just, over time, I guess. So that's something I addressed when I put it back together. Also, there's that top piece. Once you take that out, you can take the speaker baffle out. That's for slant style cabinets. Now I took the metal grill off. There was just a few screws, and you'll see that's what it looks like without the metal grill. Then I ordered a Marshall black grill cloth online. It got here in a couple days. It wasn't that expensive. And then I was able to use this old staple gun I had. If you have a better staple gun, it's going to be a lot easier for you. I just tried to line it up as best I could with a couple of the threads, and then I just stapled it on the top, and then I stapled it on the bottom. I used the black because if I was off a little bit, it'd be harder to tell with the black grill cloth than, say, the vintage style grill cloth. So let's have a look at what it looks like with the new grill cloth on it. It looks pretty good. All right, so in this stage, I've decided to put a couple of different speakers on the top of the 4x12 cabinet. It came with Celestion Vintage 30s, Chinese-made Celestion Vintage 30s, which some people prefer over the UK version. But for the top, I wanted to get a bit of a different sound and have a bit of a blend going. So here's what I got. EVH branded speakers. So you can see them here. So these are basically, I think they're supposed to be based around the greenback. So the G12M is different. I think these are closer to the G12H Greenback Heritage Series, but some people say they sound slightly different. So I decided to go with the 2 EVH ones on top. All right, let's continue putting this cabinet back together. All right, here's a look at the back. I've got the 2 Vintage 30s already installed. I lined it on its face, and then I put the 2 EVH speakers on the top. Now, one thing is you want to tighten these in a crisscross pattern like a tire. Also, don't over-torque them, and then just reconnect your wiring. And it's pretty simple, actually, to put this back together. And then make sure you refer to your pictures that I mentioned earlier to make sure that you have the wire connections in the right place. That way, when you put the back on, everything should work properly. Hey, it's Craig back and I'm back, and I just want to recap. So I got this cabinet used for $400. It was a Trainer cabinet, and it came with 4 Celestion Vintage 30s, the Chinese-made ones, and I got it for $400. So just to recap the things that I did, I removed the grill. It was a metal grill, it looked kind of 80s. And I ordered some black Marshall grill cloth, and then I screwed up. I tried to get a Marshall logo, and for some reason I thought that it was 6 inches. It should be 11. So anyway, it's kind of funny. It's not a Marshall cabinet anyway. I just thought it would dress up the grill cloth a little bit. Looks kind of like Spinal Tap when they misjudge things, but anyway, it's kind of funny. And then I put 2 EVH speakers in the top 2 slots, and I left the 2 best sounding vintage 30s. So there's a tip. What I did was I mic'd each speaker one at a time, and I listened back, and I kept the 2 best sounding vintage 30s because they don't always sound the same. And I put the 2 best sounding vintage 30s on the bottom, and I ordered 2 new EVH speakers and I put them on top. Then I also cleaned up the Tolex, and overall it looks like a much better cabinet and it sounds better. And really, this is made to the same specs as a Marshall cabinet with birch plywood. So it's rock solid. And so for $400 plus speakers and some grill cloth, it's probably still half the price of what a brand new Marshall cabinet would be, or even less than what a used vintage type of Marshall cabinet would be. And plus it's got the speakers that I want in it. It's got 2 EVH speakers on top, which are made in the UK. And then I've got the 2 vintage 30s on the bottom, and it sounds pretty smoking for, well, $400 plus whatever I had to put into it. But anyway, so hopefully you found some of the tips that I covered in this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. I come up with new videos all the time, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And like I said, hit that like button. It really helps this video get more views. If you have any comments or questions about restoring a 4x12 cabinet, let me know in the comments section below. All right, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.